Welcome back, guys. So Victor Osimhen currently is the man that is in all of the media, all of the headlines right now at this moment, because today is his day. Basically, is the day that actually defines his future, whether he's going to accept that deal from Chelsea in terms of personal term and then move to Chelsea, or if he's going to turn Chelsea down and then agree to go to Saudi Arabia, which he uh, had a prior arrangement or prior agreement with the Saudi Arabia club side Al Ahly about the personal terms and transfer fee, of course, which the club had agreed with Napoli. They are just waiting for Osimhen's green light to to tell them that, hey, this man is ready, he wants to sign, and then all paperwork will be filled. But the latest coming out from Osimhen's saga right now is that the young man could in fact, miss out on these two moves. That's a move to Chelsea and a move to Al Ahly. If care is not taken, the more they are wasting time, the more all parties are wasting time. It could be very, very risky and dangerous for Victor Osimhen because there's also the likes of Ivan Toney, of course. He's also someone that the Al Ahly side had been having conversations with. They even agreed a term with, a fee, transfer fee of, I think, around 40, 42 million euros with Brentford. And aside from that, they've also agreed a personal term with Ivan Toney that would see him earn a lot of money. And this man, right now has completed his medical just a few minutes ago. Has completed his medical in London. His medical for Al Ahly, and of course, you know what this means. It's just a matter of time. He has agreed the personal term, completed the medical, and Al Ahly has also agreed the fee, the transfer fee with Brentford. So it's just a matter of time before Al Ahly decides to, contract Ivan Toney. And if this happens, then obviously Osimhen is going to be in the dark because this same Al Ahly are begging Osimhen right now with some really, really, really massive salary and endorsement and personal terms on the table for Victor Osimhen, which a few hours ago we had the understanding that Victor Osimhen's camp had already agreed these personal terms brought to the table by Al Ahly. So just to give you a brief detail of the personal terms that Al Ahly actually tabled to Victor Osimhen, which he and his agent apparently agreed or accepted. The contract actually would see Victor Osimhen on over £600,000 a week in Saudi Arabia, and it's completely tax free. That means he doesn't have to pay any tax. Cool, £600,000 a week, and then he's going to sign a contract of 4 years, which will see him earn a total of over £160 million in that 4 years. This is massive, massive, massive load of money. And of course, if you want to start translating this into the Naira equivalents, we are looking at over 256 trillion Naira in these 4 years for Victor Osimhen. This is the deal that the Al Ahly side has now given Victor Osimhen to sign. And from the understanding, a few hours ago, Osimhen actually had agreed to that term, but he is still prioritizing his stay in Europe's top flights. In which case, he's still waiting for Chelsea to see if Chelsea's representatives will be able to, give him a very, very lucrative contract or something that's maybe a little bit even fair for him to see if he can consider and stay in the, in Europe. But again, as the time is ticking, it's very, very risky because you know how Chelsea is. Chelsea is really, really unpredictable. Of late, especially in the transfer market, we've seen a lot of transfers that Chelsea got themselves involved in. We've seen how they turned out. The likes of Samu Amoridion, one of our brothers, of course, Spanish Nigerian. We know the whole story. Chelsea obviously agreed a deal with this man, with this club, agreed personal terms. In fact, they even went as far as doing medical for this man, only to tell him that it's not going to work out in the end, and then wasted this man's time, and all of his effort and everything. So Chelsea is not a trusted party in this situation because the new owners are really, really unpredictable, and it's now or never, in my opinion, for Victor Osimhen to act because Ivan Toney is already waiting for Al Ahly to give him the green light for him to sign all documents because he has accepted personal terms. The club has agreed a transfer fee for his own club, which is Brentford, and then he has done his medical, passed it, and just waiting to sign. So if Al Ahly, I know Al Ahly now, based on the reports, just want one striker. They don't want two striker. They're looking for Victor Osimhen as the priority striker or the first choice striker. And then if they cannot get Osimhen, then they are looking at alternative, which is now Ivan Toney. And the alternative is well ready. Is ready to sign the deal. But Victor Osimhen is still saying that he needs to wait a little bit of time to see if Chelsea will come up, in terms of what they are offering him. But in the end, if it happens that Al Ahly decides to sign Ivan Toney and then Chelsea decided to mess the whole thing up, at the end of today, of course, you know that the transfer in the EPL or in UK is going to end, I think, 11:59 this night. So if Chelsea messes things up, that means Osimhen is going to obviously have no other option than to stay in Napoli for at least one more year, because Al Ahly would definitely not want to sign him again after they've signed Ivan Toney. This is just what could happen, as the time is ticking and Osimhen is still yet to sign his contract. Again, this footballing community, there have been lots of reactions. Some are saying Osimhen, especially Nigerian football lovers, some are saying that Osimhen should not go to Saudi Arabia, that he's going to kill his career, that he should stay in Europe's top flight and then play, in the Champions League, play elite football because he's still young, he's 25, and he should stay there because that's where he's supposed to stay. And then the other section of the fans are saying that Victor Osimhen should make this move because there's a lot of money involved in this. He should secure his financial future and make this move. So these are the two divided opinions, two sections of the fans and what they are saying. What do you think Victor Osimhen should do at this moment? Do you think he should stay and continue waiting for Chelsea for a couple more hours and then see what they can offer him? Maybe something that's reasonable so that he will sign. But if he does that, he's still endangering his chances of securing the Al Ahly deal because, of course, we both know that at this point, I feel like there's no good or bad decision. I feel like if Osimhen decides to stay in Europe and join Chelsea, it's a good decision, because it will now be said that he's considering his football career. He's doing it for footballing reasons. But also, if he decides to go to Saudi Arabia, I still don't think it's a bad decision because, of course, he's also securing his financial future, financial ambition, or financial dreams, which is also something reasonable. So there's obviously no good or bad decision for me here. It just depends on what Victor Osimhen wants to do at this point, what he sets for himself as a priority. Again, we've heard him several times talk about how he wants to stay in Europe, play in the Champions League, and then perform in one of the best leagues, in the world. That's the EPL. He's said it countless times that if he wants to stay and compete at the top level, which is obviously something that I think is Osimhen's priority, and that's why he's waiting for Chelsea, obviously, to see if they can up their game. But at this moment, that's what's currently happening. Osimhen endangers his chances of actually moving to either Al Ahly or Chelsea this season, with with a lot of time being wasted, and Al Ahly actually closing in on signing the alternative, which is Ivan Toney, after he has completed his medical. That's the update, guys. Let me know what you think about this. What would you advise Victor Osimhen if you were in a position to give him an advice? Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share the video, and stay tuned. More updates coming soon.